Hello, I like to make today recipe to try. I never done much of cheesecake, just one or two. And what I like to make today, chocolate Easter bunny cheesecake. So what we need is for that, we needed a loaf pan, would be this sort of, it's about 7.5 centimeter tall and about 23 centimeter in long. If you have a little bit smaller or this kind of a loaf tin, it does not matter, because what we have to do for that is we're actually not baking in it, we actually just freezing it in it. So we spray with cooking spray and line with non-stick baking paper. As you can see, I done it here. Try to make it a little bit extended, just for any case whatever mixture we get, to make sure it's not over flood or any kind of troubles. Better to have an extended one. So what we have is we have one rectangular baking pan, which is about 20 by 30 by base measurement, and basically what we do is we're using one box of white cupcake mix or white cake mix, one of those smaller ones, like 255 gram, don't need to be larger. And you can also use vanilla or butter premix cakes, with the difference is instead of 2 whole eggs you place 3 egg whites to make sure we get white cake batter. So once we mix it, what we do is we basically pour it into this rectangular baking tin, which is we sprayed with cooking oil and line with a non-stick baking paper. Once we done it, we bake it, and that's what we will get, this sort of rectangular cake slab. So next is, best of all, once it's cooled down, place it for some time, 30 minutes or 1 hour, to freezer, because it makes easier for you to cut shapes of bunnies. You can use any kind of, this kind of shape or this one, or whatever you find it. I really don't know, I just think I will use this one. So what we do is simply, once it's nicely cooled down and have been in the freezer, we just press it this cookie cutter bunny shape, and we get a little bunny. So what we do is we need about 9 or 10 or 11. It depends how long your loaf tin. See, once you're done this, put them on the side, and what we do is next we have let me place a little bit further here. We have Oreo biscuits. So we need around 200 gram. You can use plain chocolate biscuits, or you can use Oreo biscuits, which is I using Oreo biscuits, and you don't need special food processor or anything like that. What you can do for this is simply place them inside this bag, smash them with your rolling pin, and just keep rolling until they smash into nice kind of crumbs. And what you do is next place them inside of a mixing bowl. Of course we put them together with all the fillings and everything. We did not remove anything. As you can see, it's a nice texture, and we add about 80 gram of melted butter. What we do is next, once we add this butter, we mix it all together. Make it nice, sort of. Make sure it's, we don't want it dry. We don't want it when you place, when you cut slice and suddenly it just all crumbs everywhere. You don't want all that. That's why we adding melted butter. It will set all nicely. See, once you will cut with your knife, it will slice nicely. As you can see, it's already like nicely filled. So what we do, we will place this Oreo mixture on bottom of our loaf tin, and of course you can use a back of spoon once you a little bit straighten up all around. You can use back of spoon, or you can use bottom of glass to press all this mixture nicely on the bottom of a loaf tin. So let's finish with our rabbits. We need some a little bit more, and we place them on a row right on the middle of this tin. So once we cut out our little bunny, little white bunnies. So I actually cut plenty, like about 11 or something. It just depends how long your loaf tin. You might be need only 9 or 10. But next is what we have here is 2 tablespoons of hot water, and we sprinkle on top 1 tablespoon of gelatin. So we mix it all together, and we place it in the other little bowl filled with hot water. So mix it until the gelatin dissolved, and just leave it on the side. Next step is we have to process the let's have a look. 1 cup of thickening cream, which is we place it into our food processor or probably blender. If it's mixed, it just depends. So many different blenders these days. Some of them mix, some of them don't mix those basically ingredients or some flavor. Also check out, make sure your blender is mixed or placed in the food processor. So we have 1 cup of thickening cream. So, and we have 2 boxes of 2 packets of Philadelphia cream cheese. So we have 1 is goes straight in. Oops. And another one is a packet so well. And another one. Oops. Almost there. And what we do is on top we will add 150 gram or 3/4 cup of caster sugar. What we do is next we process it all together. Then while motor is still basically running, we will place the melted dark chocolate and gelatin. So let's process cream cheese first. So basically once you process cheesecake, thickening cream and caster sugar together, add melted dark chocolate and process all together. With the motor running of your blender or food processor, add gelatin and just process it all together. I see I place it in a little bit easier. I process it in the blender, but I place it in a bowl because it's actually a little bit lighter. My blender really heavy to use it. So basically once we're done, and this was how mixture is look like after we add melted dark chocolate and gelatin. And what we do, we place half of this mixture on top of Oreo biscuits, probably half. Just spread it around to make it nice and straight. So what we do is next, we will place our bunnies. So I would probably, oops, my ear come off already. That's bunny no good. So we go for another bunny. So let's have a look. So we place bunnies, all come together in a nice row. I would probably place, that's 5. What we do is we place 5 bunnies right here against each other, and we continue that way until all bunnies are all fitted in. So let's have a look how many bunnies we can actually place it in this sort of baking tin. Let's have a look. This one is actually, I think that's it. That's how much we only can fit. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's only 8 bunnies. I think it depends how actual your white cake mix actually thick. So some of bunnies actually thicker than another. So once we place them all nice and straight against each other, well, yours might be will get 9, 10 or 11. As I said to you, it depends on the thickness of your cake mix once you mix it and how much you're actually using it as well. So what we do, I actually think we should slightly press it down into the cheesecake mixture. I tell you why, because it would be easier for us to pour on top rest of our cheesecake mixture. I tell you why, because I like it to sit them on top of Oreo biscuits, really, but because we cannot see that, we have to rely on basically whatever we can see. So we place it picture right, sorry, we place it cheesecake right around bunnies. Once you pour all your mixture, what you do is tap just slightly to remove any air bubbles, and what we do is we place in the refrigerator for 6 hours to set. So then we can make, once it's set, we will make chocolate sauce on top of it. After 6 hours in the refrigerator, I actually left for a little bit longer, and about 7 hours actually. So what basically we done is we cut couple slices, as well as you can see little bunny inside sitting there. And what we done is for the topping, for chocolate topping, what we do is we place half a cup of thickened cream and bring it to boil. Once it starts boiling, switch it off and add 200 grams of dark chocolate and stir together. Then once it's basically is incorporated and the mixture become really smooth, cool down and place it in the refrigerator for 20 minutes, stirring occasionally. So what we do is after we spread it on top, as you can see right here, and once it's all done, we just placed a little bit of pink fairy floss on top. Whole recipe will be in the description box if you're interested to make something like that for Easter. Please do try. Thank you very much for your time with me today. Until next time, goodbye.